This year was a tough year. We didn't really travel. We stayed home. We watched people on cameras and on our computer monitors, and some people might be ready to go traveling again pretty soon. But the fact that we become more comfortable with video conferences and video meetings may lend itself to newer technologies than just looking at a computer screen. And what I'm talking about here are things like 3D holograms and telepresence, where instead of looking at a two-dimensional screen, we're actually looking at a three-dimensional video of a person or a group of people in a conference room and being able to interact with them a little bit more naturally. And that's going to require some new hardware and some new software to make that work. But things are on the horizon where that might actually be a reality. And if that does become a reality, our need for travel may be reduced even further. So what I'm talking about here are, for example, a projector that you might have in your office, say on the back of your webcam, that would actually project out in front of you a 3D image or a hologram of the other side of the room, or the other side of the world, or the other side of the country. It depends. And that's going to require some new hardware and software to make that work, new codecs for your cameras. And this is going to happen in the next few years. Of course, with this, we need to develop the proper security protocols to make sure that your conversation is private and that you're speaking to the person who you think you're speaking to. So technology and security work hand in hand. And we believe that large companies will start adopting this type of technology first, of course. And eventually that'll trickle down to more of a consumer play much further down the line. So that if you wanted to talk to grandma or your aunt and uncle or your kids, no matter where they are in the world, you can do that in a 3D hologram type of situation instead of the 2D system that we have today. So speaking of traveling, more people are going to want to get back on the road to do more traveling next year once the vaccine is in place and we have more of a herd immunity. But I think fraudsters are also going to be watching this very carefully, because when there's opportunity for cyber criminals to take advantage of people because people are looking for something important like travel, they're going to do that. And they're going to try to trick folks into finding bargains or getting information from sites that may not be the sites that you think they are. So they're going to do that by trying to send us emails which look like really good deals, which point us to sites which may have security holes, may have drive-by downloads which could infect our computers, or maybe directing us to sites that request information from us that aren't going to the legitimate places. So we have to be very careful for those, and we should look very closely at our emails for spelling errors, for URLs which don't go to where we think they're going to go to. And I think it's more important that we type URLs in address bars rather than clicking on links so that we're not tricked. So those are some quick tips for 2021. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next year.